have driver training here, so that's not it. Don't really have any brakes. I don't really know how to drive. Could be. I don't know what we're doing here. It would have been easier if maybe they just went for a walk or something. Good, now we're going to come to the intersection. Oh, Lord. Walking would be faster, I think, for you.
Flicking like them little 24 bucks. You know what I mean?
Well, it was a lucky shot. There's a boat that comes in on Tuesday and a boat that comes in on Thursday night. So usually I go get yogurt on Friday, but this Friday there was nothing really there. Remember, it was the no-fat yogurt, which wasn't all that great. So I just stopped and I got some yogurt. So I'm good for this week. Hopefully Friday's boat has some more. Yes, I eat a lot of yogurt. A day keeps the doctor away. And yes, I do sleep. Had a little bit of rain today, nothing big. So yes, you've probably gathered by now, I like coffee. I like coffee a lot. I've liked coffee since probably high school. In high school, I started drinking tea. I went to a private school and we had what was called morning lunch. So around, I forget, 10:30, you could go up towards the cafeteria and they had cookies and tea and coffee. And at that time I started drinking tea. And then I don't exactly know when exactly the transition was, but I started drinking coffee and I decided I like coffee a lot better. Now 12 cups a day. When I got out of college, I was a salesman on the road, used to drive 85, 100,000 miles a year. I used to drink 30, 40 cups a day because I'd always buy them in 2 or 3s because I'd be on the road and it would be like, what else? There was no cell phones back then, remember. So you couldn't talk to anybody. Even there was no Bluetooth, so you couldn't use it remotely. So what could you do? You had a 3, 4, whatever hour drive to the next place. You sat there and drank coffee. I can't do that now. I have bathroom stops. But back then, when I was in my early 20s, I could do that. So for those of you who think I drink too much coffee, I cut down a lot. But one of the things I would, you know, on that list of as you get older things, I'd love to have a coffee roasting thing and learn how to roast coffee and sell it and all that kind of stuff. Will I ever? I don't know. It's just one of those, I'd like to do it. I haven't thought about it a lot. It's just like one of those, I'd like to do it. But I haven't looked into it or any of those kind of things. But I think it would be a pretty cool thing to do and try to make your own blends of coffee. I'm sure there's a whole ton to it too. But maybe someday. It's on the list. I know, and you're thinking someday. No, I still have a lot of someday to go. You know, on that topic of someday, some of you may know, I think I've told you, this year I'm going to be 60. I don't look at numbers, and I never have looked at numbers, like birthday numbers, of any real importance. As I get older, yeah, I look at them a little bit more because there's still a ton of things that I'd like to do, get done, all those kind of things. And I know I'm not stupid. I know my time here is limited, okay? Whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever years. There's a limited span, which when you're younger, you don't think about that. You know, you're like, well, yeah, I'm 25, I'm 30, I'm 40. But I know there's a span, but that doesn't mean that I just want to stop. There's still a ton of stuff that I'd like to do, and I probably will do. What that's going to be, I don't know. I have all kinds of ideas. I always have ideas of what I'm going to do, what I could do, how I could do it, where I could do it, all of those things. So it's not that I've never been a believer in that you need to limit what you do according to your age. You know, and maybe that's just part of me. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm going to work forever. I'll probably do things, you know, forever or as long as I can. But I'm not going to just sit back and sit in a chair. That's just not really, I don't think it's possible. I mean, I'm sitting in a chair now. I'm having my coffee, but, and it's 5:30 at night. Yes, and I will sleep tonight without any trouble. I can actually have this, I should actually do that, is sometimes, Sid will verify this, I can have this coffee like this, be drinking it, put it in my lap and go. She's like, I don't know how he has a coffee and then he can fall right asleep. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I never look at age as being one of those things that's going to limit you. It's what your mind and body sort of do. If your body starts to give out, well, then you can't do certain things. And if your mind, if you don't continually expand your mind, then, you know, and you're not learning new things or wanting to learn new things or do new things, that's, I think, you know, that saying, a rolling stone gathers no moss. There's a lot of truth to that, you know. Will I work forever? Probably not. I've worked basically for myself since I was like 13. A few jobs here and there for other people and stuff like that. But most of the time, it's been for me on my terms, how I want to do it, what I want to do, when I want to. And that'll probably continue. Will that continue forever? Yeah, probably not. But will I continue to do things? Yeah, I will continue to do things because I can't just fathom the idea of, you know, sitting on the porch having my iced coffee in a rocking chair. I mean, I can fathom it, but that's probably because I got paralyzed or something, and then I wouldn't be in the rocking chair. I could make a motorized rocking chair. But the point is, you know, you can do whatever you want if you're willing to learn and do it. Age isn't a thing. I mean, if you're willing to learn how to do it, like I say, I started as a salesman on the road. Promises were made, they weren't fulfilled, I quit. And I moved, like, you know, I just got married. I said to Sid, I'm quitting, I'm going to be a carpenter. And she's like, you're going to be a carpenter? What do you know how to make? And I started my own construction business. And I learned, and I learned, and I'm still learning. And that was 30-some years ago. So we raised sheep. I sheared so many sheep over the years that, you know, and I can still do it. I can still picture exactly, if I close my eyes, how to tip a sheep, how to shear it, how to get the wool off, and so everything's clean. I can picture all of the things, and I never knew how to do those things before, but I don't let that limit what I do or don't do, because I just say, okay, that's what I want to do. I want to learn how to do it, and then I practice it, and then I do it, and that's it. And it's, you know, very much like that Nike commercial with just, I think it's Nike, isn't it? I think it's Nike. Just do it, and that's it. So don't let age limit what you can. If you want to do something, do it and learn it. Continually learning is the big thing. If you do it, learn it, practice it, you should be good.